Toe sucker fight. Let's get the actual choice. It's about 4 steps forward to the stairs leading to the second floor. If I'm to retreat back to the hallway, it'll also take me about 4 steps to get to cover. This is no time to think. I'm gonna take time to think. I mean, not really, because I know the choice that I'm gonna. Hey, everybody, Renegade 67 or 68 here with some more Let's Play Stream Fate Stay Night of the Blind Blade Works variety. So last time, Rin, she killed me, but she didn't kill me. She killed the magical part of me, and the part of me that had memories of her, and the Grail War, and Saber probably died off screen or something. I guess Archer killed her. I guess Saber wasn't all Sabers are cracked up to be. Probably Rin just completely severed my magic at all, so Saber just had no connection. Is essentially what happened there. I don't know if Saber would have disappeared immediately. But, she might have realized what Rin did and known that there was no way to reverse it, or at least didn't know a way to reverse it, and respected that to not get Shiro injured anymore. I could see that, even if she didn't disappear right away. Saber, that is. But, yeah, that makes me actually think back on all the... basically, my entire premise of, oh, wow, Rin's probably going to get flustered and then attack me. It changes a little. It changes a little for 2 reasons. The fact that it seems like she has something of a history with Shiro beyond just what started here, which I'd predict. I don't know. I hadn't really predicted necessarily that there was a history, but the fact that there's a history makes a lot of sense because it definitely. I've been calling the fact that she's had some kind of a hard-on for him for a long time. Ever since she saves him, it felt weird that she would save him just because of his connection to Sakura. But also the fact that she had that method of killing him without actually killing him, as it were. Like she said to Archer, "I'll kill him," but she didn't end up actually killing him. Now, was she lying to Archer when she said she'd kill him, or was she being truthful and then changed her mind in the moment? Hard to say. I assume she was lying to Archer, because it seemed like she was so confident when she did it. Like there was no hesitation. Like it didn't seem like it was something she came up with on the fly. Maybe she was truthful when she did it to Archer, but then like thought about it afterwards. Like if that does happen, I need to be prepared, and then came up with an alternate idea. But the fact that she had that as a possibility for so long, I guess the reason she held off on it is because she does think that magic, for her, like she said in Timeline 1, why she held off for so long, connecting Shiro and Saber so they could do the dragon sex. She probably, she talked about how, to her, magic is like, part of your life. And so that's why she was like, oh, it's such a big deal. I don't think it's as big of a deal. Yeah, from a certain point of view, I killed him, Archer. Yeah, I killed the magic in him. But it just makes me think that if she had that method of taking him out of the fight, it makes me think less that she's not as mentally compromised. She still, I think, has some mental problems for sure, but I don't think she's as mentally compromised as I was assuming she was in that case. It could be even less of a. It could be less of a. I need to fight you because I know I have to fight you eventually, so I guess I just have to get it out of the way and kill you. It's less of that, and it probably is even more of, well, if you can stay in your house. If you can stay in your house and wait out this Grail War, then I get to keep being in your life, as it were. And she wants that. But if you don't, it's a risk. Another master will probably kill you. That's probably what her bigger fear was, that someone would, kill Shiro. That's why she wanted him to bow to the war. And her only real way, without killing him, would be to take his memories and his magic and all that away, which she doesn't want to do because she views it as such a close thing. But it means, more than anything, she was actually looking out for me rather than, even though she hates taking the magic away, it was more of a looking out for me thing that seemed to be more on her mind than, because it, like, was the first thing. There was no hesitation. It's like she was planning it all along kind of thing. Changes the dynamic a lot. And it makes me more on board with the idea that they eventually bang in this timeline, if it's true that she wasn't just in a fit gonna kill me or anything. So she's a little more emotionally stable than I was thinking at first. But anyways, jump back to the hallway, because the other one, we get a bad ending. Oh, dash, 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 dash. There's some logic to jumping back to the hallway. That logic is, it's the smarter option to not do that, and Rin would know that and set a trap. Haha. I totally didn't just say that because I saw the other. You can't prove it anyway. I don't look back because I jump. It's me, Shiro. He's got red hair. It's almost like a red hat. Is that hair just a hat? Pokemon Ruby Sapphire Emerald intensifies. In that case, the hair was just a hat, which has always seemed dumb to me. I like it that the hair being a hair. I thought the hair was a hair for the longest time, and the remakes came out, and they're like, it's a hat. And I'm like, I don't agree, good sir. I used the corner of the hallway as a shield and jumped sideways as though I might. I slide into the hallway. Damn. I hear Tosaka cluck her tongue. Cluck. As something heavy hits the wall. Wait, what did you just do? But you didn't get taken out by it? I get back up and look behind me. The wall. Uh-oh. The wall I was standing in front of until just now is smoking. Ooh, smoking, baby. Also, don't smoke. Smoking is bad for your health and the health of others. And, to be more precise, there are 3 fist-sized burn marks into the wall. Burned into the wall, even. Dash, 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 dash. It's a projectile weapon. No, that thing is a curse that'll inflict the target with a disease. You're able to just tell that by looking, man. Like, I know I've already theorized a bunch about how he's super special awesome, but like, how would you just know that by looking at it? Like, oh yeah, that's a curse, totally. The gander shot Tosaka was talking about should be something from the Northern European rune. Oh yeah, an indirect curse that worsens the disease of the one being pointed at. Sure. Okay. You say no wonder he went down by it, but like, Ren talked about how there was some kind of trap, and I don't know, from what I understand, he should have been able to jump out of the way. I always assumed that there was like, I always, as in always since yesterday, assumed that when he jumped out of the way, there was something on the landing below that like kept him trapped in place so he could get shot by it. But anyways, maybe that was true, and that is the idea, but... Its effect is to worsen someone's illness, so it shouldn't be something with any physical effect. The Tosaka's Grander shot is made with such dense magical energy that it looks like a bullet. The problem is, its power is like that of a bullet as well. Uh-oh! As expected of Tosaka. It's such a brutal use of force, making a slow curse into an immediate curse. Is she trying to kill me? No. I mean, she's actually only trying to send you into, a reality where you don't live with magic and you get to live without the Grail War, which is a choice that was not available to you in this version of the timeline, unlike the other one. I told you so. She's being a big softie. She's putting on a brave face, but it's not true. I guess the idea is that she does, want to take him out of the battle, as it were. It might be more than anything for his own sake, because she doesn't think he's competent enough to be running around and dealing with the other masters, and that he'll just get killed. Because of evasion? You mean out of universe? You know that Shiro has the regeneration? Ren doesn't necessarily know that, but smarter to go for a mind wipe than killing. I mean, if she knew that. But, yeah. Fireballs. Doesn't she use more wind energy, if memory serves? And it did, like, nothing, because Saber has, like, a wind sword. Something like that. If memory serves, she's less of a fire. She's not quite fire like her daddy. But she's putting on the front that she's trying to kill him, though that's not actually her real goal. If she's doing that, okay, I can understand why. Because she thinks that what she's doing to him is almost as bad as killing him. She thinks that she doesn't have a right to say something like, oh, I'm not going to kill you. She doesn't think she's worth that in that case. So she's putting on a front like, yes, I'm killing you. You might as well think of it as I'm killing you, because it's that bad. But yeah, Archer could just snipe him. That's fair too. I hear running after me. It really does reorganize the whole thing. The idea that she's just trying to sort of keep him alive more than anything. It reorganizes my thoughts on a lot of it. Because, yeah. Her hormones are arguably Her hormones are still in flux, for sure, but I think her mental state isn't as warped. Dash. Also, interesting that if I hadn't got that bad ending, I wouldn't necessarily know about their connection from the distant past. I wonder how distant it is. I wonder if it's pre-fire or still post-fire. And I also wonder... I wonder how long we have to go until we find out about it outside of the death. I instantly get myself together. There's no time to think. I have to run for now. Hallway. No, hallway's bad. Jump out the window, man. Like, if you were trying to get away, you would have went down the stairs. Now, I suppose the idea is maybe you think, oh, she's smart. She put a thing on the stairs. Let's run away from the stairs. That's the only logic there. So either jump out the window or try to do a runaround to one of the other staircases. Those are your two options, I would say. She's saying she's going to kill him because she's not 100% sure she won't. Oh, that's fair. I suppose in the scuffle, he could end up dead, even if her ideal is that he doesn't. Or it could be that her procedure to turn him into just a memoryless person could fail, and he could die anyway. I suppose. No, hallway's bad. The hallway's straight. Tosaki's using a projectile weapon, so she'll shoot me in the back if I run down there. That's why I jumped down the stairs, but it didn't work. Don't move! Fate Shiro jumped out a window and he died. Well, no, it was... I mean, no, he also jumped out a window and he summoned Saber and Saber saved him, so I don't know what you mean. There's like, there's different... I mean, I guess in that case he was pushed out the window. I don't know. I just, I mean, that was different because... I don't know. Different because what other choice does he have at this point if he wants to get out of the building? Don't move! I know the bad end. The bad end, he jumped out the window. In the good end, he was kind of like pushed out the window. So, in the good end, yeah. But like, even in the bad end, he could have summoned Saber. Oh, you mean when he chose to not summon Saber? Never mind. So yeah, he jumped out of the window. Well, then again, okay, he doesn't want to waste a command spell on Saber. That's fair. At least if it's just Rin, he shouldn't be wasting a command spell on Saber. So I guess he doesn't want to jump out the window. But like, in that one, he was more injured, right? In this one, though, isn't he still... I don't know. How high up is it? I know he has Avalon. I don't know. Tosaka sprints out from the corner. Like, what's his plan if it's not to just jump out the window? Because that's my mindset. If you're not going to think normal by going down the stairs, think crazy. Unless you thought ahead that she planted something on the stairs. I guess Timeline 1 Shiro would either go down the stairs, get caught, or jump out the window and die. So Timeline 2 Shiro would know, I don't go down the stairs because Rin will catch me. I should do a run around and go down a different set of stairs? Tosaka sprints out from the corner. Are there different set of stairs? What is the map of this school? Just before that. I jump into the room beside me, room 2F. Are you not playing to run away? Are you playing to win? I don't think you've prepped enough to win. She shoots the gander shot through the hallway. I guess you could overpower her physically, potentially. If you, in a closed space like a room like this, you could potentially chuck some desks and chairs at her, or use it as blocking, like how Saber did in the fight with Berserker. There's some logic there. She shoots the gander shot through the hallway. That would suck. For Rin, Shiro just jumps out the window and dies. Maybe in Timeline 1. In Timeline 1, you still get the choice, but if you choose the other one, you just jump out the window and die. Because you're not smart enough to think things through. It seems she shot it right after she ran into the hallway. Damn, I can't fight against that thing. How'd she tell me to fight? I'm no match for her. Yeah, and you think you'd be a match for a servant? That's probably her logic right now. Because she is potentially trying to just save you more than anything, possibly. I look around the room in a hurry. Is there any protection? Isn't there a shield, an armor, or a bulletproof vest in here? Okay, so if the idea is she's just trying to keep me alive more than anything, more than it is a will to fight against me, that actually does recontextualize some thoughts in my mind of the original Fate pathway, when I was surprised she was so okay with Archie getting taken out. So, I suppose the idea now isn't that I need to get her to calm down her hormones, and more so that I have to prove that I'm competent enough. Which, getting caught immediately by Rin would definitely be failing to prove that. Another potential problem with going outside in the open in the school gives Rin enough space to just shoot you if there's no cover. Well, it depends. If there's actually teachers around, then witnesses, but... Shield and armor or bulletproof vest in here? Crap, she's here! Attacking me here is kind of stupid, because a close-by master like whoever has the blood for Shinji, all that stuff, Lancer's master might potentially know what's happening, but she's willing to take that risk. It's not that she's being stupid, I don't think. She's just willing to take the risk because she knows, you know, with the blood fort and Lancer being close by, she doesn't just want Shiro dying, and she wants to protect him, so she's willing to take the risk to, you know, beat him here when Saber's not around to get him out of the fight. It makes her less stupid. Which she doesn't have to be stupid. I mean, it doesn't have to be bad that she's stupid. It can just be, you know, emotionally stupid. But it makes it that there can be a cleaner end to the fight, I think. Because in the world where she's just stupid, it makes the ending of the fight a less clear way for me to see Rin as not just kind of, you know, undeserved. What is this? If Rin can... Another potential problem with going outside... if Rin can mind wipe, she can probably deal... Oh, mind wipe all the teachers? That's debatable. I mean, it probably takes a lot of energy, and then, like... I mean, to be fair, she did it to Taiga, too. That's true. I guess she could just mind wipe all the muggles. Wait a second. If you could just... Oh, my God. I've talked about this. If you can just mind wipe the muggles, how hard is it to mind wipe? Why do the association have to kill the witnesses? I guess you can unmind wipe them or something, and that's why the efficient way is to kill them, but just mind wipe them. But no, they can't be freaking, you know, nice people or anything. Anyways, I talked about that in the past. Can't they just mind wipe? Can they mind wipe? There's this proof that you can, yes, mind wipe, and yet they don't. I think, if memory serves also, I want to say in Fate Zero, Rider's Master, wasn't he mind wiping a couple people to have them be pretend parents for him so he could be close by in the fight? So I think, now that I'm remembering that mind wiping is a thing, that just came back into my head. Anyways, process of removing the command seal. If they recall, they said that was tricky, but she's able to do it. Archer's job for any third party, that's fair. Memory charms aren't that reliable. I guess, but like, that's just an excuse. They aren't reliable, so just kill people. Killing takes less energy. I know it does, but ethics! Magical ethics! Crap, she's here! Her footsteps stop in front of the classroom. The fact that Rin didn't bother mind-wiping Issei actually just, you know, further shows how smart she is, I would say. I think she could properly read that Issei, when she heard Shiro was pretending like he didn't know her, like, he would read how Issei would react to that, and I think she read correctly. Like, Taiga would look more into it. Also, Saber was there and then wasn't there, but... the association would totally use... Yeah, who cares about ethics? Her footsteps stop in front of the classroom. I'm sure she saw me run in here. Bet she must be wary of me, my setting up an ambush. No way, am I an idiot? Are you? I run. I run from the back of the room to the door in front of the room. At that instant, oh shoot, wait, the back of the room. Are you an idiot, Shiro? Are you not anymore? Run from the back of the room to the door in front of the room. Oh. The Gander shots are mercilessly shot into the classroom. Okay. You're not getting the best look at it. If anything, it looks like they're shooting from the TV screen. I guess the idea is the TV screen is just showing a reflection of them being shot in the from the other side of the classroom. But that's kind of hard to tell. The fights usually are pretty good at giving you a good idea, but I think in this case, the actual logistics are being a little lacking. That was nice, though. That looked nice. That's pretty. She's shooting them like crazy. The bullets go through the walls, hitting everything in the classroom. Ouch, it skimmed my back! That would have gotten me if I hadn't moved. No way, why are you still standing? Because I'm smart, Shiro. I'm competent in this timeline. That's why she always succeeds in mind-wiping me in the other timeline, theoretically, if we don't team up. because I'm just not good enough, not competent. But in this timeline, I'm competent enough to prove myself that you don't need to mind wipe me. But that would theoretically mean we'd have to get to the heart of the situation of the reason she's even fighting me in the first place. One of the room lamps with a door at each end. I mean, no, I think I get the idea of what they're going for. It's just they're not showing us the relevant door, because that door is closed. I assume it's the other door that she's shooting through, but they aren't showing us that, which is the relevant one. That does beg the question of how these two are going to end up dealing with the post-squabble, because that's... you really have to cut to the issue right away, and I don't think they're going to. So Rin definitely would not want to bring it up at all. Knowing how Shiro is kind of just going to be willing to forgive them, it might just be that they don't bring it up for the longest time. But Shiro would probably know, but not pry if Rin said not to pry. But then Rin's guilt means she might bring it up eventually. I don't know. Debatable. It's probably going to be a thing where Rin will let him live once she realizes a certain point. They're just not going to say why, and Shiro will just accept because he's that kind of person. But I wouldn't accept. But I guess I'd theoretically already know if I've already theorized that far. Why are you still standing? Tosaka Rin jumps into the classroom. We're about 4 meters apart, in the front and in the back of the classroom. We glare at each other again. No, there's no time for that. I jump out in front of the hallway. Alright, instinct. Running into a room isn't a good option. We already did it once. I thought your plan was, I'll run into a room and then use, like, chairs and stuff as, like, blockading, but I guess you'd have to get down really low and move at a slow speed to do that. You haven't really practiced it, I suppose. I'll have to run to the stairs over there! Exclamation point! Man, she's really merciless. It just scrapped my head. Hey, it scrapped my sides as well! Scraped? Objection! I was just thinking about how in the Fate timeline, if you choose to not team up with Rin, and that leads you to your death as well. That leads to the Taiga phone call. I mean, it's not a death, I know, but the Taiga phone call. But my headcanon reasoning was that I slept through the Taiga phone call in the Fate timeline because I was out cold for longer, because I was injured more. But then you have the Taiga phone call anyway in the Fate timeline if you choose not to team up with Rin. So I object! Sorry, I just thought I'd throw that in there. It just scraped my head. Hey, it scraped my sides as well! Scraped! Ow, ouch! Damn, are you serious? I won't be alright if I get hit with that thing. Of course not. All that text, that just means of course not. Stop if you don't get hurt. I'll finish you off quickly if you stop. With the context that she's actually not planning to kill me, that makes that a little more nice. Like, stop and I can, beat you peacefully. But of course, Shiro has no context for that, and if I was to theoretically be playing this without seeing the bad ending, I wouldn't necessarily have context for that either. And I don't know, would I start to theorize that anyways? Like the stop if you don't want to get hurt? Because, I mean, dying gets hurt badly, so, The bullets fly through the hallway. Shiro isn't definitely doing 100% in this fight. I mean, what's even the point of doing 100% in this fight? You don't necessarily need to. You definitely don't need a sword birth against, Master, but at the same time, he doesn't want to fight against her anyways. Actually, the sounds are like those of real bullets. Are you really shooting Condor shots? Do you even know what those are? Are they basic? Maybe they're just basic and you know. Or they're not and you give away to Rin that you're secretly a superpowered Superman. I can only hear murderous intent in that sound. Shut up, don't run away. I'm getting irritated because my target's moving. Bang, bang. The sound of firing echoes in the hallway. But I made it. Yatta! I reached the stairs in the nick of time. Oh! So you still go down the stairs anyway. Grumble, grumble. I guess that is the... Wait, do you have... Okay, in the school's layout, is there 2 different sets of stairs? Because this is my thinking mindset. I don't know, maybe I'm just too fucking logical on this kind of, don't think, feel. If you're going down the stairs to get away, you could have just went down the stairs immediately. Unless there's like 2 different sets of stairs, and you went down a different set of stairs, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to go down those sets of stairs because Ren would have laid a trap. There's no inner monologue saying that, so he's just like, he's feeling his way through it. And I'm like, fine, but like, why wasn't it smarter to just go down the stairs in the first place? I know why, but there's been no inner dialogue here. Only in the bad ending is it made clear why that's a dumb idea. If Shiro knows, they're probably fairly basic. Debatable, because Shiro also has a superpowered evil side. Rin didn't booby trap this stairs, probably. How do we know that, though? Do we know these are a different set of stairs? Make that clear to me, narrative, if that's the point. I run down the stairs. I've won since I made it this far. Why, though? Are these a different set of stairs? Explain your strategy to me, if that's the strategy being used. I run down the stairs and reach the landing. Poor battle conveyance. I tried going down the stairs in the first place because I thought that was smarter, and you're like, no, that lets you lose. Tosaka shouldn't be able to follow me if I made it to the first floor. I don't mind the idea that there's a different set of stairs, but explain that to me, please. I gasp. Tosaka took a shortcut by jumping over the railing of the stairs. To put it simply, what kind of school is only 1 set of stairs? I don't fucking know how Japanese schools work. I know schools usually have more than 1 set of stairs, but like, I'm not used to Japanese schools. You know what else I'm not used to? I'm not used to doors where, and this drove some people nuts when I was like, in my Danganronpa Let's Play, I'm like, when you open a door, like, you can lock it and then close it. And, it'll be locked once you try to open it after that, but you can lock it before closing it. And, people are like, wait, no, you need to the door has to be closed to lock it. I'm like, what are you talking about? There are just different kinds of doors in different places, so I don't know, maybe there's different types of school layouts in Japan. I don't know how schools work. And again, even if there is another set of stairs, make it clear to me that that's his plan. Or even if it's not his plan, make it clear to me that he was going to the other set of stairs. He's saying that in kind of a nice tone. He's probably trying to cut to her interior and get them to stop fighting. I guess that's his strategic angle here. Renegade 2021. I don't know how schools work. I don't know how Japanese schools work. I'm surprised. You're pretty agile. I thought you said you had flab. Dash, dash, dash. Don't you remember our chemistry, Rin? We had chemistry. You just forgetting about that? Oh. Some veins are showing in Tosaka's forehead now. She blushed. It's scary how used I'm getting to this. The instant I realize it's coming, I jump sideways and hear the bullets hit the wall beside me. She said she had mental flab anyway, different from physical flab. And yes, she definitely has mental flab, that's for sure. I run down the hallway in the other direction. The good news is that I'm down to the 2nd floor. If I'm able to run away and make it down to the 1st floor, I'm sure Tosaka won't. Also, how does the game know I know how schools work? What if I was homeschooled? Then this whole thing, then I would have no context for there being 2 sets of stairs. Then the strategy would even be less viable. But honestly, even if there is 2 sets of stairs, she explained to me that that's the point. And even if that is the point, they haven't said it. I'm sure Tosaka won't. You're still following me, you're persistent, Tosaka. Give up already. She'll give up when you force her to give up. Prove to her that she has to give up. Okay, that line gives it away. Until now, I might have had some kind of theory. I might have started to theorize about it, based on earlier lines if I hadn't seen the bad ending, but that line definitely gives it away. You're the persistent one, I won't kill you, so give up already! I don't know if it's because she's serious or if she's mad about me running away. I think that's a slip. Up until now, she said that she was trying to kill me. Tosaka's Gender shots are loud enough now that it'll have people calling the cops! The second master fight is basically a rom-com situation. I mean, it's precisely a rom-com situation. It's a lover's spat. But it makes sense. I get it. I especially get it now that I know that Rin isn't actually trying to kill me. I can buy it. I like it. Oh man, that would make me feel weird actually. I'm just thinking about the theoretical Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works anime. I'm just thinking in my head, they aren't going to be able to really show bad endings. And I mean, I don't know if she's going to explain after the fact. I mean, I guess she gave it away right there saying I'm not going to kill you. But I just think about, like, if I did go through all this and it was never made clear that, oh, she wasn't going to kill you, then it would make me feel awkward possibly about the circumstance, especially depending on how they resolve it. But just things I'm thinking about in my mind. Tosaka's gander shots are loud enough now that it'll have people calling the cops. This isn't the time to be worrying about such things. Being more powerful means the bullets are bigger. This is why VN is better than the anime. Oh, well, I mean, sure, obviously the ability to get multiple paths and bad ends typically does make VNs the superior experience to adaptations like that. Not just VNs, but games in general with multiple pathways. Sometimes there are some VNs that, you know, can be translated to anime and work just fine. I think Steins Gate does a pretty darn good job, but always something is lost. Even in Steins Gate, something is lost if you don't experience it in its VN form. This isn't the time to be worrying about such things. Being more powerful means the bullets are bigger. Even without multiple paths, the sheer amount of characterization you get from internal monologue and stuff. Oh, for sure. I think there is a way to do some stuff short and sweet, like I've said before. Like, for example, I actually enjoy the Danganronpa 1 anime experience more than I enjoy the Danganronpa 1 game. And also, I wouldn't say I necessarily like the Steins Gate anime more than the Steins Gate game, but I'd say I can call them about equal. Like, there are certain things I like about the anime that aren't in the game, and there are certain things I like about the game that you can't get from the anime. But I actually have said that I prefer the anime of Danganronpa 1 to the game, and I stand by that. I do think it's possible to do a short and sweet version of something, and make it work in a good way. But that's a lot harder with multiple paths. Now, of course, you are going to lose some stuff always if you're making something shorter. It's just what you lose and what you add. There's a balance to it for sure. But when it's when there's multiple paths for sure and bad endings and stuff and all that. That's when I do think it hits that next level. But the curse that was just hot when it scraped me is now burning everything it touches. Ow! Oh, speaking of visual novel-like games, but that are more linear, I also I prefer the Ace Attorney movie to the first game. To be fair, though, I think the first game is a bit of a weak point for Ace Attorney. I think it's one of those series that just got better afterwards. But I think the first movie did a pretty darn good adaptation of it. Even, you know, it cut some fat, cut a lot of fat. So there's still merit to, I think, watching the movie first and then playing the game. But I think if you play the game first, I mean, I did obviously play the game first, and I watched the movie. I'm just like, wow, should have watched the movie first. Ow. With Danganronpa, I did watch the anime first, though. So I guess in that case, well, yeah, because there's also a Phoenix Wright anime, but I should get back on Fate Stay Night. There's a Phoenix Wright anime. I've watched a little of that. I don't think that one's done very good, but the movie though. The gander shot scrapes my leg. Sorry, I gotta get back into the Fate Stay. My mind is now wandering to all these other visual novel anime adaptations and thinking about. My speed goes down. As soon as I figure out she'll catch up before I make it to the stairs, I jump into the room beside me. Dash, 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 dash. I go into the classroom and move to the window side. Well, what should I do? Oh, another choice? I should be able to jump down from the second floor. Oh, you mean just straight to the ground? Okay. Without dying? You're smart enough to know that? Okay. I'm gonna get shot at. Might as well try escaping from here. Rin actually jumped from the roof, but she had Archer there to stick her landing, as it were. Oh, we got some fancy German. What's this? I hear Tosaka's voice coming from the hallway. I see Echo, and I think, is there going to be some clone? Is she making some kind of clone? Something like thin membrane surrounds the classroom. A boundary field? Uh-oh. The instant I notice the boundary field has soundproof effects, I figure out what Tosaka's going to do. Uh-oh. Soundproof. Oh, that kind of echo. She's going to make a much louder attack that is going to get muffled by the echo. Exclamation points! I jumped to the wall. Yeah, you usually would use, like, Latin, the dead language, for something, you know, like old school magic. But, nope, German. Magic originated in German. Didn't you know? True facts. I feel strong magic being activated. Oh, fuck! I crouch down, tip over a desk, and hide behind it. Oh, you think a desk is going to save you from something this strong? Isn't jumping out the window at this point better? I mean, you know, this is one thing where something like the anime would have an advantage. Because, you know, everything would have to be moving. You can't just read and get a full... you can't always read and get a full sense of timing. Whereas the anime wouldn't be able to, like, cheat like this a little bit. This isn't like the gander shot she's fired up until now. I close my eyes and place my hand on the desk. I'm assuming this has to be like an instantaneous thing that he doesn't even have time to jump out the window because he was already thinking about it. So this has to be something really quick, and we're just getting a lot of inner monologue just because, you know, it's... You know, not... It's all happening really quickly in his head. She's casting a spell. Even though she has help from the magic crest, Tosaka is casting her spell. Will I make it? No, I have to make it. I skip every manufacturing process. The process of making another nerve in my spine. Whoa! And pour all my magical energy into the desk. Oh, shoot! Strengthening! Shiro using real magic! That'll do it, I guess. I was gonna say, a normal desk probably wouldn't protect you. Salve indeed. Alright, magical battle. Something Salve versus Trace On. I know how... Trace On is English, though. I actually come to dislike anime fight scenes, too. I've hyped everything up for myself too much in the VN. Seeing the anime looks disappointing. My imagination looks better. I can understand the imagination looking better for sure. But I really did enjoy the fight scenes in Fate Zero, for example. I can totally understand the imagination looking better, though. I in the past, I was much more of a visual storyteller, story enjoyer, and I'd still say I'm more of a visual one. Like, I always wanted pictures with my words to at least let me give some amount of imagination. And this visual novel does that. It does enough. But, like, reading just a book with no pictures at all, I can get enjoyment out of it. I can use the imagination. I've gotten better about that recently. But I still prefer having some amount of pictures to go with it. I even talked about how in the first bad ending, or not the first bad ending, but the bad ending where you fought against Kirei, the extended bad ending, like the fight where where you win and where you lose, and they show all the pretty visuals versus they leave them all out. It made such a big difference to my experience, to my enjoyment, because I really do like those visuals. Lights and sound explode. It's an ordinary day after school. The ordinary classroom turns into a dance floor in an instant. See, like those visuals, those are fun. Those really help my experience. I like them a lot. Like, the visual novel could just have moved to dancing desks without showing that, or just having the noises. But it didn't. It showed a little bit of a bloobity bloobity. I appreciate the bloobity bloobity. It enhances my experience. Comparing the bundle of magical energy aimed at the classroom to a pistol is an understatement. As it's shot without pause over a wide range, it's more like a machine gun. So all the desks are going to get blown up except for yours? Does Rin have the magical energy to deal with this after the fact? I mean, I guess she'll deal with it when she gets to that point. I don't know what kind of a curse is in the magical energy, but it's strong enough to be visible to the human eye. As it has mass, it destroys everything it touches except for your magical enhanced desk. The desks are running crazy like a person on fire. My eardrums are already screwed up from the sound of the dancing desks and the echoing bullets. This is more like a battlefield than a dance floor. But still, I don't see any cracks in the windows. Interesting that he's thinking of it as a dance this whole time. Like he wants to dance with Tosaka in the future. That's what he wants this to be, is a dance with her. Hey, look, this is our first dance. You remember our song, right? The that played when we were fighting? Good times. He thinks of it as a dance. More like a battlefield than a dance floor, but still I don't see any cracks in the windows. It must be the boundary field Tosaka set up. Oh, I see. She set up like a field to make sure I couldn't escape, and then did the big attack. I thought oh, I see. She did it so I couldn't escape, but also so that there was no extra damage done outside. But, okay. I thought it was more of a noise thing. I guess it's doing multiple things? This room is a closed space now. It seems one can enter this space, but not leave. The bullet is fired. In here is no exceptions. The sounds don't escape this room. Jeez. Tosaka's angry, but she's still acting like a magus. Dash. I put as much magical energy as I can produce into the desk. Uses a shield. The only magic I use is the strengthening magic. I strengthen the desk to defend myself against this rain of magical energy. Good on you. If memory serves, he basically, I think, passed using the pole against Lancer in the prologue, which you'll do in Unlimited Blade Works anyways. I don't believe Fate Shiro ever ended up really using strengthening again. I guess he might have once tried to strengthen, like, a bow or something like that, I think in the Berserker fight, but, like, to no avail. Here, though, he's using strengthening magic, and it's actually doing something. He's using his one shtick outside of the sword birth, but I guess he doesn't know about that yet. And he's using it well, and I appreciate the strategy. And he's normally doesn't succeed at this, right? He talked about in the prologue how, or when he did it against Lancer, he never normally succeeds. So he only succeeds under pressure. And he succeeded again under pressure. Good job, Shiro. It's that, anime stereotype. You just need to be almost dying or have the threat of death, then you do it no problem. Although really there is some real world backing. Epiphany, can make you do extraordinary things. Or rather, sense of danger, as it were. It's only for a brief moment. My strengthening magic will only endure this barrage of bullets for about 3 seconds. Ichi, ni, san. As a result, I have to redo the strengthening magic right when it wears off and repeat this process. At least you're durable. She's clearly using more magic on this than you are. Damn, she have an infinite magical energy? Is she using any of her jewels for this? She might just have a lot of magic. To be fair, even though she has a lot, and she's got a lot of tricks with it, I think arguably you have more, even if you have less tricks with it. The real world backing is mostly a survivor's bias. Well, sure, but there is, truth to it, some scientific truth to it. It's not like it comes from nothing. Sure, too much pressure, I mean, there's a reason it's the protagonist thing and not something everyone gets, but you do work a little better under pressure. It's true. Yeah. The rain does not stop. The rain? It's rain now? You mean the rain of her soul? She's crying because she doesn't want to do this? Maybe Tosaka knows what's going on in this classroom. Well, of course she does! She might be still attacking because she knows I'm blocking her attacks like this. Then this rain would stop when... my magical energy runs out, huh? I slump my shoulders while concentrating on the desk. Are you going to think of a long-term plan, Shiro? Think of some way to escape before that? Or are you just going to try to outlast her? Do you think you can outlast her? I mean, you're pretty durable, but do you know if your magic will outlast hers? Let's compare our endurance. Okay, yeah, sure. So match, see who will give up first. Is that really just your plan? You're gonna have more endurance? Okay. You give up. Okay, you lose. All right, what's your backup plan? I give up. The match is decided in a flash. It feels like I've gotten knocked out 15 seconds into the first round. I'm not wounded, and I have lots of stamina left, but I can't do anything if my magical energy runs out. Okay. But man... I love it when they say long lines in Japanese, and they're just translated as, but man... I look at it from behind the desk. I can't see the classroom too well because of the smoke. I hear a sound. My hand bumps into something on the floor. I mean... so you didn't get killed, though, or you didn't even get stuck, did you? Like, you gave in, and yet the bullet stopped. Did she realize the bullet stopped and stop accordingly, or did she run out at the same time? It's the leg of a draw. Leg of a chair. Leg of a draw. She really did destroy this place. I guess it could be used as a weapon. Ooh, yeah. You can turn that into your sword 2.0. Lead magazine 2.0. I pick up the stick and put my remaining magical energy into it. It worked. Wow, I'm perfect when it really counts. Yeah. Is there... Maybe it's because, in Fate timeline, you weren't as determined. Now in UBW timeline, you're more determined, have more focus. You're able to have it succeed more often. And it's not just when it really counts, but it's because of... it could be just, that helps for sure. But it could be, you're more, have more direction in this timeline. Debatably. I swing the stick I strengthened. Well, it won't do me any good to just stand here. I'll be dead if she attacks again. Maybe I use too much magical energy as I can't even stand up. This smoke isn't letting me breathe. She's smoking me out, huh? She's got it all down. So that's why she stopped. She probably is running a bit low on magical energy. I knew I'd be forced to come out on my own because of this. So what, jumping out the other window isn't an option because she's still got a field up? I mean, wasn't that his plan initially? Maybe he's too injured at this point. Tosaka's experienced in fighting. Is she? Where does the experience come from? She hasn't, this fight just started. She's not that old. Who's she been fighting until now? Just practice fighting with herself? She'll just corner me if I stay here. I know she's waiting for me in the hallway, but I can't escape out the window because of the boundary field. Oh, it is because of the boundary field. Okay. Dash. I make up my mind and head to the hallway. Oh boy. Do we have another stair down? My feet are still numb. I move the wreckage of desks and crawl into the smoke before me. And on the other side is...
You
finally came out, Emiya-kun. Still calling me kun, huh? Do we really need the formalities anymore in this circumstance? She was raised by Kirei? Sure, but did Kirei teach her to fight? Maybe. I don't know. I guess I'd never really thought about it before. You finally came out, Emiya-kun. Tosaka's waiting for me. Her shoulders heavy. Ellipses. I glare at her and manage to stand up. That's right. Glare off. The numbness in my feet is temporary, so I think I could move them if I wanted to. It's not like running would do me any good. Because she has bullets and stuff. He'd have an excuse to beat her up if he did. I mean, I feel like if she knew the truth, she had a much bigger excuse to beat him up. But yeah, Kirei. I mean, I don't know if Kirei would just enjoy beating her up, though. I feel like Kirei enjoys the more mental torture. And I don't think that would necessarily specifically mentally torture her. The physical torture I don't think is as much of his game, in my opinion, but... Tosaka is just tired from running, and she has plenty of magical energy left. Unlike myself, whose magical energy is depleted, Tosaka is just out of physical energy. Well, you have the stick, right? So you can run at her and attack her with the stick. Oh, I mean, you could, though. I don't know if it's too hot for TV, as it were. Break her kneecaps. If we resume our battle, I'm sure she'll shoot me down without hesitation.
勝負あったわ。ほら、そのヘンテコな武器を捨てなさいよ。
It's over.
こうなったらエミヤ君に勝ち目なんてないでしょ。
Throw away that weird weapon. You can't win now. Nope, I'm not giving up. Tosaka declares her victory. Don't look so smug. Suddenly you're enjoying this again. I thought you were angry the whole time. It's almost like you've gotten into it. Ellipses. That pisses me off. Oh yeah, it kind of pisses me off too that she dares to look happy in this situation. She should be feeling bad about what she's gonna do to you. I know a checklist, but I can't help it if it makes me mad.
そんなのやってみなくちゃわからないだろう。肩で息してるくせに偉そうなこと言うな、バカ。
Oh yeah, the foreplay is really ramping up, that's for sure. We won't know until we try. Don't say such a thing when your shoulders are heaving like that, idiot. I raise the leg of the chair to show that I'm resisting to the very end.
So.
I see. Yep, she's really getting into it now. She's less angry and more... Or at least if she is angry, she's putting on more of a mask at this point. What's the point of the mask, though? I think she is just genuinely getting into it a little bit. She didn't expect him to resist this hard. If anything, she's happy he resisted this hard, because maybe that was her main fear, was that he wouldn't be able to survive if he made it in the Grail over here. If he can beat her, he might just be able to make it anyways, but...
わかったわ。おとなしくするなら優しくしてあげようって思ったけど、そんなのはいらないおせっかいだったみたいね。ええ、だから初めに謝っておくわ、エミヤ君。
Alright. I was going to be kind to you if you were going to give up, but I guess that was unnecessary courtesy. Let me apologize to you beforehand. She's still calling him Emiya-kun, even though she's, you know, getting into it more, as it were, getting a little nicer. She's still doing Emiya-kun. And I did notice the switch in Fate Pathway. I remember noticing the whole... She started calling him Shiro-kun once she was over. She probably wanted to, but didn't think that maybe it was right for her to, with them being enemies. And then once they became allies, she jumped straight into the Shiro-kun as quickly as she could. She's got a forceful personality, but maybe she didn't know, or didn't think it was, that's, okay. Yeah, for Tosaka, okay, so she's had this, something in the past with Shiro, it seems. And in some way really liked him, but couldn't allow herself to be with him or anything because she didn't want to get him involved, and she has magic malarkey, and that's maybe part of why she dislikes her life, because she can't do the thing that she wants to do in her life. And maybe Shiro's part of that, because she has to do the magical malarkey. Which is why she was so happy and so easily willing to slide into that role once she found out Shiro was magic, and once they weren't fighting anymore. Yeah. Here, though, she's still calling him Emiya. She hasn't quite accepted the first name basis, as it were. Let me apologize to you beforehand. She smiles. I wish she wouldn't make an ominous smile like that.
謝るってなんでさ。というか、今さら謝られてもこの恨みは忘れないぞ。
Why apologize? I won't forgive you for this even if you do apologize. I mean, yeah, I would agree, given that from Shiro's perspective, she might just be trying to kill him. Even memory wipe, though, is not the nicest thing. I mean, you know, it's nicer than killing him, but...
ええ、私が謝るのはこれからのことよ、エミヤ君。
She got grumpier for a second. She let her mask down, like, just let me be the bigger man. I'm apologizing for what's going to happen, Emiya-kun.
だって、 下手に抵抗されたら手加減はできなくなるでしょ。手元が狂ってあなたを殺しちゃったらもう謝罪はできないじゃない。
I'm apologizing for what's gonna happen, Emiya-kun. I can't hold back if you're resisting, right? I can't apologize if can't apologize to you if I happen to kill you accidentally. So up until now, she's been with kitty gloves. Okay, I said at the beginning of the fight, is she gonna use kitty gloves or try to kill him, really? She was never really trying to kill him from the start. She was using kitty gloves. Now she's taking off the kitty gloves, even though she still wants to not kill him, I would say. She is now putting herself in the position where she's willing. She still wants to not kill him, but she's going to try harder because she thinks she has to actually get him in the position to not kill him. But she could very easily kill him trying to do that. Which is why she's apologizing, and I think that's a fair apology to make. Dash. She's serious. I think I would have had enough to work with to theorize at this point that she had some way to just not kill me. She did seem serious, but I guess that made her really serious. I finally realized that I'm in a hopeless situation.
やっと分かってくれた？よかった。これだけ言ってまだぼんやりしたこと吐かれたら、それこそどうかしてたから、私。
Oh, did you finally realize the situation you're in? I'm glad. If you said something absent-minded, even in a situation like this, I would have done something. Okay. I think she's putting on the brave front because she doesn't actually want to kill him at all. But she's putting that on because she's hoping this will get him to concede. She still wants him to concede. She's saying she doesn't, but I think that's the real motive here, is that she doesn't actually want to do anything that might risk killing him. She's saying that she will now, but she's saying it so confidently in hopes that Shiro will be like, oh shoot, she wasn't fully serious before. I can't beat her if she's really being serious. And I think that's exactly what she's hoping for, and that will make him easier to beat without killing him. What do you mean by something? Dash. She glares at me. I see. I guess this is what she meant by being absent-minded. Yeah, nothing ahead what something is.
これが最後の忠告よ。
This is your final warning.
そのへんてこな武器を捨ててレイジを出しなさい。最悪腕の神経を剥がすことになるけど、命を取られるよりはいいでしょ。
She's coming right out and saying it. Before she wasn't saying it, but now she realized he's a little more competent than she was giving him credit for. So she's just flat out saying, I won't kill you. This is your final weapon. Throw away that weapon and give me your command spell. I'll rip it off the nerves in your arm in the worst case, but it's better than... I'll rip off the nerves in your arm in the worst case, but it's better than losing your life, right? Now she flat out says it. She didn't want to do this. She's doubting herself. She's doubting that Shiro isn't maybe, so weak that he'll get killed if she lets him run around, but... So she's just coming out and trying this. It's a desperation ploy. How will Shio respond to that, though, knowing that she's not actually planning to kill him? At this point, though, he's made a promise to Saber, and he can't just give up on that. I think we're a little past that now. Dash. Give up my command spell? My command spell isn't something I can hand to her, and most of all... No, I can't do that. Right, because you made a promise to Saber at this point, right? Even though you don't think maybe Rin is a bad person, it might be okay for her to win. It's not necessarily about not trusting Rin, it's about promising Saber that you'd win it for whatever her wish was, I'd say. That's probably what he's gonna say. She's even prodding for the reason. She's really desperate. I see. Let me ask you why. Exactly. I can't give you my command spell. That's like telling me to betray Saber. If Saber wasn't involved, he'd probably do it, but...
So, 3秒あげるわ。自分の命だもの、自分で選びなさい。
I see. I'll give you 3 seconds. It's your life, so you decide. Terasaka raises her left hand. I bet she'll release her Gander shot in the instant I refuse. Give Tosaka command spells? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Can I hand her my command spell? Can I admit defeat against Tosaka? That's my choice? What? Can I admit defeat without handing command spells? Is that the correct option? I was thinking, I give up my command spells or I keep fighting. Neither of those are the choice. It's just, how do I lose? I mean, Shiro, I think if you're smart enough, you could admit defeat against Tosaka without actually having to give her command spells. But are you smart enough now? You'd have to understand, I think you'd have to understand to an extent what's troubling her to cut to the point of why you can end this fight without giving her the command spells. Maybe you're smart enough. I feel like that has to be the right option. Can I hand her my command spell? To me seems like an obviously no. That sounds like it'll be maybe a little cute bad ending that I might want to see at some point. But it sounds like such an obvious no. So I think it has to be a colorful way to admit defeat. I think if Shiro's smart, he can negotiate his way through this, but...
3秒。エミヤ君、返事は？
3. What's your reply, Emiya-kun? Oh, does my reply not fucking matter? Oh my god. Don't do... No. You cheater. You dirty cheater. You fucking bald dick ass tit. Alright, someone's getting attacked elsewhere and we have to interrupt our fight. What a cop-out way to end the fight. No. Ah. Dash, dash, dash. We stare at each other. Did that scream come from below?
Tosaka, 今の
Tosaka, that was... I don't recognize the voice.
悲鳴だったわよね。
A scream. So that's what makes you stop fighting? So as soon as you deal with the screen, will you continue fighting? There's been no resolution to this. There's been no resolution. Ugh. I instantly get up and start running.
ちょっと場所は分かってるの？エミヤ君。
Do you know where it came from, Emiya-kun? Oh, now suddenly you're just gonna work together? If you're willing to fucking work together, then we should have just been working together before. I guess, you know, your hormones were... No, it wasn't even your hormones, though. You seem to be more mentally stable if you're willing to just not kill him. You didn't think he was competent enough, but you're willing to team up in the other timeline because Archer was out of the picture, so that gave you a convenient in to suggest the team up, where here you had Archer, so your mental thing of having the pride didn't let you go for the team up, or you didn't have to rely on the team up. You didn't have to rely on Shiro, so you thought it best to... Okay. Maybe this momentary reprieve will give you the mental fortitude, or the mental time. The time you need to really process, wait, why is it that I really want to take him out of the fight? And then they team up anyway? I guess, but it feels a little unfulfilled if that is where this is going right afterwards. Do you know where it came from, Emiya-kun?
知るか、下からってことしかわからなかった。
No, I can only tell it was below us.
ちょっと待った。今結界を解くから。
Hold on, I'll lift the boundary field now. And jeez, they just stopped fighting like that. It's so convenient. It's so convenient. It's too convenient. I don't know. I'm gonna be a little unhappy. It's gonna feel a little like a cop-out if this transitions immediately into full team-up. I hope it has more of an awkward pause and there's a little bit of a continuation before full team-up. So, I don't know, because this just feels unresolved. And part of it is some time away. Some time to think would actually probably be a more realistic way to come to the full team-up, but... It's not as bad because I know Tosaka wasn't actually trying to kill him, to be fair. But I run down the stairs. I know it's who they both are. I understand completely. It logically in the narrative makes sense, but it's not necessarily narratively satisfying. There's a difference. I run down the stairs.
待ってたら、一人で先走ったら危ないわよ。
Hold on, it's dangerous to go by yourself.
そんな場合か。さっきの悲鳴、どう聞いても普通じゃなかったぞ。
This isn't time to be worrying. That scream was unusual. It's dangerous to go by yourself. That's the heart of it. You were trying to fight me this whole time, you know, and then at the end you're like, you're worried about me all of a sudden. Because you weren't ever really trying to kill me. Alright.
分かってるわよ。だから危ないって言ってるんじゃない。
I know, that's why I'm telling you it's dangerous. Oh, and suddenly her whole mentality is shifting because now she's in suddenly protect Shiro mode again. Protect Shiro from whatever danger. Because she certainly can't focus on, you know, extracting Shiro's command spells in the middle of whatever the frick this is. We get down to the first floor. There is a difference between something making sense logically and being narratively satisfying. So, that's not to say that this isn't necessarily narratively satisfying, but I want there to be a proper resolution instead of a cop-out, oh, we're temporarily going to team up and transition into full team-up, if that's what they do. And maybe that isn't what they do. I could just see that being what they do. There's no one moving in the hallway. But there's one collapsed female student lying there. Dash, 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 dash. The student's collapsed in front of the emergency exit. Is that meant to be Ayako?
気を失ってるだけか。
She's got brown hair. Maybe not, I can't tell. Good, she's only unconscious. I check on the female student. She must be in the first year. Okay, it's our first year rando. If that was Ayako, I would have actually been happy, if anything, because that means Ayako's not being locked up in some Shinji sex dungeon. She's unconscious, but I don't see any wounds, so she should be alright.
そんなわけないでしょ。こんなに顔青くして中身が空っぽだってわからない。
You're wrong, she's so pale. Can't you tell that she's empty inside? Well, maybe now that you've said it.
中身が空っぽ。
Empty inside?
魔力。もっと極端に言えば生命力よ。キャスターにやられた人と同じ。いいえ、あれよりもっとたちが悪い。
She's had her magical energy. No, life energy to be precise, drained. This is about as bad. No, worse than the people who got attacked by Castor. You don't want to fill me in on what the fuck's going on with Castor?
この子、放っておいたら死ぬわ。
She'll die if we let her be.
死ぬって、傷一つないのにか。
Die? Even though she doesn't have any wounds?
外が無事でも中が空っぽなら動かなくなるのは当たり前でしょ。血が全然足りないのよ。待ってて、これぐらいなら手持ちの石でなんとか。
Hey now, it's only natural for someone to die if they're empty inside, even if they don't have any external wounds. Hold on, I think I can do something with the stone I have. She searches her pocket. Thank God. It seems serious, but Tosaka seems to know how to cure her. Shiro doesn't have much of an inner monologue about, thank God this... Okay, that's dark, I suppose, and that's the reason he wouldn't think this way, but... a strategical fighter might think along the lines of, thank God something bad happened to distract us from that fight, and now maybe this gives me more time to get on her good side again, which is not where her mind would go if it was, you know, going there. Especially if Rin's mind was going there. It's because they're not thanking God. They're unhappy about this. But, you know, I feel like there'd be a part in the back of my mind if this was happening to me that would like, oh, thank God. Not for that reason, though. Tosaka kneels down and looks at the female student. Of course, that's what you get when you're someone who's a little more selfish than selfless. And both of them are selfless to varying degrees. Rin's selflessness is definitely upped by the prospect that she wasn't necessarily trying to kill me. Shiro is nowhere near that type of fighter. Yeah. Tosaka kneels down and looks at the female student. Dash. Her face looks serious. She tends to the female student while sweat forms in her forehead. Ellipses question mark? What's going on? That serious face of hers. I think I saw it recently. Ah. Oh, when she was looking at you. Were you still conscious enough to recognize that? Is that someone she knows? Because, I mean, I think she'd be a lot more serious with you. I suppose she was still serious even before she saw you, but she was just planning to let you die before she saw you.
もう気が散る。エミヤ君、そこのドア閉めてくれる？風で髪が乱れるのよ。
Jeez, it's so annoying. Can you close the door, Emiya-kun? The wind's moving my hair.
あの非常口だな。
Wind's moving your hair, huh? Ooh. Oh, that emergency exit? I look at the open emergency exit. Uh-oh. Arere? Huh? Open. Come to think of it, we still haven't figured out why this girl's unconscious. Someone obviously attacked her. Oh, she's probably a trap. Come to think of it. Why would someone just be lying out in the... Like, she screams, and she's just left here? I mean, just one random student. They would have... If there's another magical person here, they definitely would have known about our fight. To let them make themselves known by doing this, they would want to do it when they're not around us. So if they're doing it around us, this is 100% a trap. Right? But is the trap going through the door, or is the open door the trap? Is that the trap is going out the door, or is the trap the girl herself? She didn't do this herself, so somebody else must have attacked her. So if this is someone's trap, it's likely Shinji's. Because Shinji, this is basically Shinji's turf. Rin would disagree, but this is basically Shinji's turf. So Shinji is best guess. Lancer was poking around before, but I don't think he'd be around now. Rin herself said this didn't seem like Caster's MO, so probably Shinji Rider. We ran here after we heard the screams, so the emergency exit is the only place to get away from. Oh, eh? Is it because I was looking at the emergency exit? Huh? Is what because of that? I sensed something black. Oh! I sensed something black being shot and Oh! Okay! Something's being shot from outside in the open door. So the open door is... The girl is sort of the trap, but then the door needs to be open to shoot at you? Maybe from outside? Watch out, Tosaka! Oh, I protect Tosaka with my right arm. Oh, there we go. It's probably going to move to an immediate alliance now. That does it. Oh, I would prefer it. If they're going to do that. Okay. Yeah, I just don't see them not moving to an immediate alliance now after that. But okay. It just means they're... What is that? Emiya-kun, your arm! It just means that their conflict wasn't necessarily like, oh, Shiro blocked her in. Cool. Because Shiro's got great eyesight and saw it coming because he's, magical X-Men Cyclops. But this means that their conflict, at least for now, isn't really resolved. And they could resolve it post-mortem and, get to the heart of why she attacked him and why she cared so much about that later. And they probably will. But I like the in-the-moment resolution. And now that in-the-moment resolution will just never happen. Dash! Just like Tosaka said, a black dagger is piercing my right arm. Black dagger. Does Ryder... Oh, Ryder has those little dagger things, I guess. Oh, yeah, that... Okay, I was like, black dagger? That definitely looks like Ryder's dagger. The thing lodged in between my wrist and my arm looks like a nail. No, it's too big to call it a nail. Something like a dagger is pierced through my arm. Yeah, because I just basically saved Tosaka's life. I don't see her not just doing the immediate team-up after that. Why? No, you're bleeding so much. Doesn't it hurt? It hurts. It really hurts. That was casual. But it hurts so much that I can't panic. More than that. Oh, someone threw this at Tosaka's face? You saw it coming and saved her life. Yeah, Rin would have been fucked without him. And that proves his valuableness as an asset to keeping him around, but like... They promise us a Rin-Shiro fight. Here's my thinking. They promise us a Rin-Shiro fight. I want to see how it actually concludes. And if they interrupt it, I want it to resume later on. And if they just don't, because they're just going to become friends and later fuck buddies, I'm going to be like, yeah, I wanted to see how that would end. Anyway, someone threw this at Tosaka's face.
Tosaka, その子任せた.
Please take care of her, Tosaka. I guess the implication is that Rin would have just won. Maybe that's the implication there, because both of Shiro's choice were give up or give up. But I don't necessarily think that has to be true. Even if the conclusion is Rin, it could be Shiro doing what the choice they actually tried to do is admit defeat without actually using the command spells. There's potentially a way he could have talked his way out of that. But he never had to, because this thing happened and they got stuck into this thing. And now he just doesn't have to, and they get to be teamed up. Yeah, mind wipe. But I mean, Shiro could have talked his way out of it if it was, the potential was there, but now it doesn't matter. And it just never gets resolved. Please take care of her, Tosaka. I just feel like it's inevitable. If it's not, then I will apologize when we get there. I start running. I don't have time to wait for Tosaka's response. Oh, I do like this music though. Gotta say, this music gets me in a good mood. This is my probably my favorite fight music. I squeeze the strengthened metal rod in my left hand and run out the emergency exit. I run while dangling my right arm. The arm's red below my elbow. Is there some bad luck with my arms today? Tosaka told me to give her the command spell on my left arm, and now this one almost got ripped off. Arm luck. It has to be around here. I look around. I don't know what I'm feeling, but I certainly feel it. The person that attacked that female student. The person that attacked Tosaka with that dagger is nearby. The person is still around. Like, theoretically, if that is just where their confrontation ends, I would have at least liked it better if Shiro managed to successfully get away, and then the thing happened. Like, maybe Rin had a way to maybe chase after Shiro, but it would have taken some time. Like, Shiro potentially could have gotten out of the school, was on his way out, and then they heard the scream. In theory, if that is the last of the Tosaka confrontation. He could have at least shown that he could succeed, as it were. Ugh. If I close my eyes, I can feel the dark magical energy moving. And it's not like him failing and him being about to lose isn't something they could have done too, with him being saved by a miracle. But I feel like there has to be a narrative through line for him to be luckily saved like that, which you can definitely do. But having your hero be saved through luck, you have to be careful about, very much so. Imagine Civil War ended with a third party coming in and the two sides just team up. I mean, I have some other issues with Civil War, but in that aspect, yes. Fair. I close my eyes, I can feel the dark magical energy moving. Oh, actually, imagine Civil War. You're making a reference. Okay. I just realized what you were actually referencing. But, if I close my eyes, I can feel the dark magical energy moving. Behind the archery range. In the woods. Oh, this is our first time seeing the school woods. It looks fucked. I jump over the hedge and run across the moldy land. Then. So, if I'm running to fight Ryder, it means I'm going to have to one-on-one Ryder again? It didn't go that well the first time, but am I smarter now? We know Ryder's not that strong when she's not using her multi-targeting magic or her unicorn. And her unicorn might be kind of hard to use in a cramped, woody area like this. Still, she was still better than me in a one-to-one fight, even if not by much. Even if she's a bit of a weak servant in one-to-one, she's still stronger than a master. Oh, there he is. Between the trees. Someone I recognize is standing there, smiling.
Shinji?
Shinji indeed. I stop. Why is Shinji here? He's missing right now. Missing, quote unquote. No, Michizori's the one missing. Sure is the last one who saw her and is secretly a master. They can get away with this. This is kind of a lackluster reveal if I theoretically didn't know Shinji was a master. But they had more of a surprising twist in the original one. Even though they had a... That's right, I'm trying to remember what the twist was. I remember he called Shinji Shiro to the school, but that was after I'd already found out about Ryder. But anyways, yeah, just pull Caliburn out of his ass, or, you know, even better, pull a freaking archer's sword arrow out of his butt. Shinji's the last one who saw her, and... Dash. Is that Shiro being smarticle, being like, you're just a master, aren't you? No, Mitsuzuri's the one master. The one master? Mitsuzuri's the one master? Since when? The injured arm throbs. Uh-oh. I mean, even dealing with Ryder alone is a problem. I mean, we were able to deal with Shinji alone last time, but our arm wasn't as fucked up. And dealing with Ryder and Shinji both? Sure. I'm just thinking of... I completely agree to Poima. There's no point in a big twist, because we already know. But, you know, I think about things like, how would they change this, for example, in Unlimited Blade Works? Because if they just leave it as is, this is kind of like a meh reveal. I'm sure they could have ways, for sure. But my mind wanders and thinks about things like that. Like in the anime, for example. But anyways, the injured arm throbs. The instant I fall to the ground. I enjoy theorizing about stuff like that, actually. Like how they could switch this around a little bit to make that plot twist more of a... A nail-like dagger is thrust at my throat. She ain't pulling her punches. She ain't gonna let you live a happy alternate lifestyle. Ellipses, exclamation point. So... The idea is that Rin just... Okay, so the idea is that Rin just took her thingy things out of me, and then Ryder and Shinji never aggroed her, and we were just able to live our normal lives? My assumption there then has to be that this was 100% that he noticed us and planned something, made a plan, noticed something, and made a plan with the girl to knock her out, to catch them both in a trap. Whereas, alternatively, when I just try to jump down the stairs or whatever, she catches me so quick that Shinji, even if he realized there was some magical stuff, even if he did, he didn't have time to prep anything, so he just didn't bother. I would assume. Ellipses, exclamation point. I instantly dodge it. I just keep falling and rolling forward to avoid it. Go, indeed! My throat! It's scraped it and my skin's cut. Uh-oh. But this is rather fortunate. I mean, what part is fortunate? If I had been a second too late, it would have been my throat that got cut. Oh, that's good then. That is why it's fortunate. Okay. Oh my. You see, that is a respectable circumstance to use oh my. But you use it so much else that it loses its impact when you use it here. Come on, Shiro. Get good. I instantly get up. In front of me. Ooh, stands a smiling woman in black. She's purty. She looks nice and foxy. I mean, she always looks foxy, but it's our first look seeing her in this pathway. So I have to reiterate for anyone who's, doesn't remember.
Sabato.
I'm sure of it. A concentration of magical energy even Tosaka cannot stand up to. Speaking of which, did she just stay behind in shock because... you saved her? She's probably rethinking her whole outlook. And where's Archer? You know, that's what could save us. Because Saber's way too far away. Even if you pulled in Saber at this point, you'd need to waste a command spell at that point. Which, I mean, you wasted one on Ryder last time, but you had an extra one to burn at the time. In this case, though, Rin's close by, and Archer is doing whatever the fuck, but he should be able to help out here. So, Archer, help, please, save me, maybe, thank you? I don't know what class she is, but her existence is beyond human. She disappeared? The black shadow disappears from my vision. Wonder what this BDSM enthusiast is doing in the middle of the fight. Yeah, she's just some random, yeah. Interesting that Shinji's here. I mean, it's not interesting, it's predictable. It is kind of interesting. It's predictable because even though he's definitely not needed to be here, Ryder could totally do this alone and just take him out, Shinji would want to watch it happen. Even though him being here puts him more at risk of getting, you know, taken out, he would want to be close by to watch Shiro get taken down. Yeah. The black shadow disappears from my vision. My instincts tell me I'll be killed. I desperately swing my weapon above me. Nice! Ugh. I parry the nail coming from my head. Coming for my head. She's like a spider jumping through the woods as if she's sticking to the trees. Shiro has Avalon so we can last. Avalon's iffy. It's only if he has a clear direction, which I guess he does, but we haven't seen it do too much. We saw it help him out after in the Berserker fire, but Saber was close by. Is the fact that Saber's not close by make it potentially more iffy? Debatable. It still does things even when Saber's not close by, but it might be less powerful. Dash, dash. I run. It was just pure coincidence that I was able to block that surprise attack. I can't block another attack, and there's no way I'd be able to get away. So where are you running? At Shinji? Because you saw him? That is the weak point, I guess. I run to a nearby tree and put my back against it. Oh, okay, so you're running to a tree. You're not running all the way, you're running half away. You're running for cover. Should be able to block any attacks from behind me now. No, I have to believe that I can. Damn, her figure stands out so much, so it does, but she's also so fast. They lured you into the woods so he could kill you without getting caught by other people. And possibly kill you without Rin getting in the way. Although he was planning to just, snipe Rin initially without even needing to lure them out, so... Shiro died in the Saber just killing him ending, and she was real close by. Well, yeah, but when Saber killed him, that's different, because, his direction in that pathway until, post that scene was all about loving Saber. So when that happened, any part of him that, had a will to live on died with it, I would say. So it makes sense that Avalon didn't save him there, but... I don't see the servants in black anywhere. Servant in black. She might be jumping from branch to branch as I don't see her coming down. Dash, 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 dash. Sweat rolls down my forehead. The sound of a chain is like that of a snake aiming for its prey. I suppressed the laughter trying to escape me. There's laughter? What? Why is it laughter now? Laughter because you promised Saber you wouldn't get involved in any fights and you're getting involved in more and more fights? Is that what's funny? Is that what's funny? The sound of chains echoes through the woods. Even though I'd be killed in the next moment, my mind is completely blank. Oh, there's no strategy? It's because she's so hot, isn't it? It distracted you. You're too much of a horn dog. I don't have any notion of time, and the guillotine isn't coming down. That's what's strange. The battle should have been over by now. Oh? She's toying with you? Oh, Shinji wouldn't want her to just kill you quickly. That's why your mind is blank. You're not sure how to live and succeed because you're like, I shouldn't be able to. It's just over. She should be able to kill me anytime, and she probably can. But Shinji is taking his time with it because he's enjoying it. He's savoring it. Sounds like a Shinji move. I'm still alive. It's so strange that I think I might have been killed by that previous surprise attack. I might be merely dreaming now.
Saber.
I can't match a servant. Then I'll have to rely on her. The command spell. If I use the command spell to call Saber, I should be able to escape the situation. Oh man, you'd be down to 1 already? Cheese and crackers. I mean, I feel like you have to at this point. That's why maybe it was a bad idea to leave her there, or you should have called her as soon as... But, you didn't. Is it alright? I place myself in this dangerous situation, and I should hold responsibility for that. Most of all, I mean, the fact that you aren't already dead means that I feel like if you were going to call her, you should have called her the moment you saw Ryder, maybe? I don't know. At this point, it seems to me like Ryder's toying with you, and maybe Ren can come by and have Archer save you. It's a long shot, but wasting a command spell is a big deal. And if you are going to use a command spell, you could probably use it in a critical moment. It's debatable. I haven't done all I can do. What is all you can do? Did you see Shinji close by? I mean, you did. Are you going to try to take him out? Is that what you mean? That's right. I have a weapon in my hand, even if it may be a weak one. And my body can still move. If this is a bad position, I only have to move away. I can call for Saber after that. Why? Does calling for Saber make a big commotion? I mean, if you call for Saber, she can probably protect you.
驚いた。霊樹を使わないのですね。
I'm surprised. You're not using your command spell? Oh. Is that what you're waiting for? Oh, maybe Shinji didn't just want to take out Shiro easily. Maybe Shinji, well, that doesn't seem like Shinji. Shinji likes feeling like he's superior. Maybe it's because Shinji wants Rin to show up too to kill them both at once. Or I thought Shinji was just toying with him. Maybe Shinji is toying with him, but Rin thinks, you know, Shinji toying with him is a bad idea, and that and is expecting Shiro to use the command spell, and is surprised that he hasn't because of that. Dash dash. It could be a trap that they want them to use the command spell because they have a trap to try to sap some of Saber's power, or Shinji just wants pride. I don't think Shinji has much. Shinji has pride, but in the sense that he doesn't want things to challenge his pride. The voice echoes. She's above me, on a branch somewhere, as I expected.
あいにく残りが少なくてな。こんなことで使ってたら、この先やってられないんだよ。
Unfortunately, I don't have too many left, so I don't know what I'll do in the future if I use one for something like this. Ooh, that's a cocky attitude. And well, I don't really know how to use it. You don't think you feel with command spells. You feel.
So. 私のマスターと違って勇敢なのですね。
Wow, you just come out and say it. I see. You must be brave, unlike my master. I'm now remembering the time in Timeline 1 where Ryder's like, my master is a good boy. He's a nice guy. And I remember thinking, is there something more to that? No, I don't think so. I think it was just she's trying to convince me that he's not a total scumbag, which he is, and she knows, I think. I search around me. Where is the voice coming from?
では、私もやり方を変えましょう。サーバントのいないマスターに本気は出せませんから。
Ah. Are you the honorable type? I guess to be fair, if memory serves, her status says that she's like has the good personality. It calls her good. That's at least one good thing. If you're not going all out when you're not facing a servant, that's nice of you at least. I shall alter my course of action. I cannot go out against a master without a servant. I shall kindly kill you. The voice stops. The sound of change is the only sound echoing through the woods. Dash dash. She's coming. Giggity coming. What I have to do is get out of this place. To do so, I'd have to block her nail a few times. We see forests a lot, don't we? Like, there's the forest we see that was where the fire happened several years ago. There's the forest next to the school. There's the forest outside of Elia's. This game just likes, this visual novel really likes forests, doesn't it? Predator playing around? Debatable. I mean, you could say that. It just feels like such a Shinji move to toy with him, I suppose. I wasn't thinking of it as Ryder playing around. But Ryder having a good alignment, I don't know, that's where my mind goes because of that. Trying to justify the alignment to some extent. Ellipses. The fact that I have to defend myself using a chair leg is so pathetic that it's funny. Oh, maybe that's why you were laughing earlier. Okay. Oh, we dropped a bunch of flames. We dropped a bunch of flames at some point. I think actually. Ride the fighter. Okay, so, Shiro is resolving to do a fancy fight against Ryder. I could keep going for a bit longer, but I think I actually do want to stop here. So yeah, I'm going to stop here. I'll see you guys next time. Still don't have an outro phrase. Next time we'll continue fighting Ryder. We resolved the Rin thing. That was the main thing I wanted to do, and I succeeded. And now we have Ryder, and probably maybe Archer's going to show up. And if I had to guess where this is going, Shiro is resolving not to use the command spell. So I think it's more likely that Rin comes in, you know, we already saved Rin, so now Rin's probably going to come in and have Archer save me, as it were. And then then Shinji will run away, and then Rin will be like, okay, so I guess we'll team up now. And Chiro's like, well, sure, I would have been fine with that from the start. And then they'll team up. I guess we'll see where it goes from there. Assuming that they team up, at that point, Dragon Sex is an option to make it so Saber doesn't have to worry about her power source anymore. Just saying, so... Even if Rin wanted real sex, you know what I'm... Yeah. Yeah. So I'm done for now. See you guys next time. The Rin Shiro fight was interesting, but I do think it's definitely inconclusive. And I hope they conclude at some point. They might. They might. I'd like to see a conclusion to that, a proper one. But, you know, maybe they won't. Maybe one of them will turn evil. Maybe they'll do what they did at the end of the first Kirei pathway, which is a little repetitive. But maybe Rin will temporarily be turned evil by Kirei's, you know, tormenting, like, I killed your father, booga booga booga. I don't know. And then they get to fight again for a little bit. That'd be funny to watch. And then we could actually see maybe how Shiro actually wins that time. Like, I was going to lose last time, but this time I won. It's full circle. I don't know. It could be interesting. Stop recording. See you guys next time. Shit on your face.